Hey guys, God bless you. This is Carlos, and you are tuning into Bible Wise Money. In this episode, I'm going to break down the $100 to $10,000 challenge in 10 months. Stay tuned. Come inside the episode. I'm going to give you all the details on how we're going to accomplish that. This is the first episode where we are really detailing the $100 to $10,000 financial challenge in 10 months. So let's take a look at exactly what this means. Before I go too far, I want to remind you, if you enjoy the content here, please hit the thumbs up button below to like the video, and also please subscribe. I would certainly appreciate that. There's a scripture that I'd like to share. It is from the book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse number 10, and it says, "Do not despise these small things, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." And what I really want to highlight from that is that it's okay to start small. Oftentimes we get impatient, or even the thought of having a challenge that's going to take 10 months can seem like a daunting task, or we may get discouraged even before we begin. And I'm going to break down exactly what we had touched on in our previous episode. We'd only teased it out. My wife and I have undertaken a $100 to $10,000 in 10 months selling physical products on e-commerce. And I'm going to break down for you exactly how we intend to do that. So let's talk about e-commerce for 1 second. Here are some statistics from Digital eCommerce 360. And on this website, it shows the trends from 2017 through 2019. And what you'll notice is total retail in the US is just under $4 trillion. And out of the $4 trillion, about $600 billion is actually e-commerce. So that's probably about 15%. So there's plenty of room for growth. When you look at Amazon alone, 54% of Amazon's unit sales are made by third-party sellers like myself. So you think you're buying from Amazon, it's really not Amazon that you're purchasing from. It's actually an individual seller. And eBay itself, almost all of eBay sales are from third-party sellers, again, like people like me, or potentially even people like you who are viewing this video as well. So there's tremendous opportunity that exists for changing your financial picture, for planning for generational wealth, for increasing your standard of living, as well as your standard of giving, whether that's replacing your existing job or potentially just something to supplement what you're already doing. Consider e-commerce. So if you'll see here from this visual, there's different models to selling things. If you want to sell physical products, or whether you want to sell a service, there's a few ways that you can do that. So number one is selling physical products. It's possible that many of you who are viewing don't sell physical products, but you sell a service. So for example, you may be selling tax services. Maybe that's what you do for a living. Maybe you're a coach. So it's your knowledge in a particular area is what you're selling. Perhaps you create content, you're a content creator, whether that's on YouTube or some other method. You may be creating a course, and that is the product that you're selling. It's possible that you may have products that are print on demand. I know several people who are selling merchandise and t-shirts and mugs and things like this. So that's another model that you can use to raise funds as well. So these are some potential models, and obviously there are many, many others. But the one that we have selected is we are going to sell physical products. So the next question is, well, where do we sell these products? So there's a couple of places where you can sell a physical product. For example, you may select e-commerce. This is online physical product sales. You may say, well, I really don't want to deal with mailing things out or interacting with an online selling portal like eBay or Amazon. I'd rather do just yard sales. And maybe that's what you do. My family and I, my wife and I, Lisa and I, have done yard sales. Of course, you can't do yard sales typically year round. You may say, yeah, we're going to sell at a flea market. They do have indoor flea markets. So if you wanted to be a person who sold physical products at flea markets, you can do that year round if that was your business model. You might say, I do want to sell online, but I'm only going to use things like Craigslist or Facebook marketplaces. Oftentimes, these marketplaces work well for large items, let's say furniture, that you can't ship by mail. Someone physically comes or you meet them, either they come to your home, you meet them, and you sell products that way. So our model is we're selling physical products. We're going to sell them via e-commerce. And specifically, when I talk about e-commerce, there's different platforms that you can look at. We are going to look at, and we're going to teach you how to sell on eBay. We are going to show you the ins and outs of Amazon. We are going to show you Poshmark, which is famous for clothing. We're going to show you Redbubble, which is print on demand. We're going to show you Etsy, which is a website for selling creative products. We're going to show you Mercari, which is new. We're going to show you Walmart. Yes, Walmart. I can sell on Walmart. You can sell on Walmart.com. We are going to show you Big Cartel. That's a kind of a Shopify type store that you can set up on your own to sell your products. There's lots of different options for selling physical products via e-commerce online. I'd like to talk to you for a second now about the 3 key elements for selling physical products online. Number 1 is called sourcing. Sourcing is just a very, very fancy way of saying, how do you get the items you're going to sell? Now, it's possible you may have things that are already in your home that you want to sell, but in most cases, if you're going to undergo a challenge like this one, to take $100 and turn it into $10,000, you're probably going to have to purchase additional products. So sourcing becomes key. Number 2 is actually the listing and the listing and selling of those products. So when you place something, when you purchase something, it really is just going to sit in the corner until you list it on a platform such as eBay or Amazon, and then you sell it. We're going to teach you how to do that. And number 3 is fulfillment. And fulfillment is a fancy way of saying, how do you get the item that you have purchased, that you have listed, once it's sold, how do you get it to the buyer? And in most cases, what we're going to do and what we're going to show you is you're either mailing it via the Postal Service, Federal Express, UPS. It's possible you might do a local sale. Maybe someone comes and picks it up, but we won't have too many of those. So we're going to talk about sourcing first, because sourcing is critical. The key to your selling is going to be, can you buy well? Can you source well? There are many, many different business models. There's many different levels of success. If you want to be successful as an e-commerce online seller, the key is not setting your prices or setting your prices low or having deep inventory or having even unique items. The key to selling anything is going to be sourcing. Where do you get it? How much did it cost you? Is it replenishable? Can you get more? So when we talk about sourcing, the easiest ones are thrifting, which is basically going to like thrift stores and things like Salvation Army. Number 2, which is also easy, going to estate sales. If you're going to buy things at estate sales, you may want to look at the website estatesales.net. That's .net. That's the one that I use to find out where the estate sales are. Another third easy way to source items is yard sales. Chances are wherever you live, there's a yard sale near you. You just go, you walk over, you look at the products. If you see something that looks good, especially after you develop some experience in buying certain products, you can do very well at yard sales. So those are probably the 3 easiest methods to source. And that's what we are certainly starting with. So we're launching this challenge and we need to be able to buy products. So we're going to start with the easiest methods to source. The ones that are a little bit trickier is called consignments. Consignment is you sell what other people don't want to sell. Basically, you sell it on behalf of somebody else. So if you say, Carlos, I really don't have the money to buy items, I don't have the money to source, that could be okay. You could still start by becoming a person who actually sells consignment. You sell somebody else's things, you don't have to buy them. And if it doesn't sell, you just give the item back to them. So consignment might be a model that works for you. There's also models that are called retail arbitrage. It's a very fancy way of saying you go into a store, you buy something, and you resell it online. There's a model known as online arbitrage. It's the same as retail arbitrage, except you never leave your home to buy the products. There's other models such as buying items wholesale in bulk. There's many sources where you can get items sometimes by the pallet, by the truckload. You can buy them at wholesale prices and you could resell. And lastly, you can manufacture your own products. I've done that. I've gone overseas. I haven't physically gone, but had items manufactured overseas to sell online on Amazon. So all of these methods we're going to explain to you. We're going to go in depth. It's going to happen over the course of months. And lastly, I want to close with this. The next video is going to be on financial visioning. And the financial visioning is important not only for this initiative, $100 to $10,000 in 10 months. Financial visioning is important for your personal finances. It's important for your business finances. It's important for your ministry finances. It's important for your church finances. Whatever it is where you have some input or you have some desire to increase the capacity, as the terminology I use, increase either your standard of living or increase your standard of giving, or ideally both, you need to have plans in place. The next video is going to be on financial vision planning. You're going to see it for yourself, but I'll see you inside the next video. God bless you. Hey guys, God bless you. Swallowed a frog. Hey guys, yeah. Hey guys, God bless you. In this episode, you gotta listen to me talk like a frog, basically. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning.